Welcome to 3-week workshop on programming in C++. In this video, I'm going to explain the concept of bitwise operators. So in a previous video, we had a discussion on logical operators, but here I'm going to discuss the concept of bitwise operators. So we know that the bitwise operator is to perform a bit by bit level operation, bit by bit level value instead of direct, a decimal value. So that here the input means that here we need to, and very important, this bitwise operator is only applicable for whole number. It is not applicable for fractional number. If we try to apply the bitwise operator for fractional number, the compiler generates an error message. So normally this bitwise operator is suitable in embedded operations, embedded applications. So for example, I think if you know that in a printer, there is a stepper motor is there, that is called DC motor is there inside of the printer, so that if you are giving a printing, the motor will be rotated, and it based on the first generator, the papers will be means that will be rotated and will be printed. So that in order to roll this motor, so we need to work. So we need to apply for this bitwise operator to enable the motor to run. So for bitwise operator, the input must be a whole number and the output also must be a whole number, so that it will not applicable for fractional numbers. You know that in the arithmetic operator, modulo operator is also not applicable for fractional numbers. Okay, so there are different type of operators need to be supported. One is called bitwise AND, bitwise OR, bitwise XOR, left shift, right shift, and ones complement. So the ones complement symbol is a twiddle symbol. So this is a ones complement operator. In this category, ones complement operator, we need only one input, so that it is a unary operator. The remaining operators are binary operator. Still now there are three operators we discussed as a unary operator from arithmetic operators. One is minus operator for representing sign also. Second one not of logical not, and the third one ones complement. So bitwise AND operator, these are the operators will be supported in bitwise. So that we have to know how to find a binary number. It is a basic thing. I think everyone know how to find the binary representation for the values. So here I am going to explain with simple examples. Instead of that, I'm not interested to go with values, so that I'm going to remove everything. Just I'm going to give only fixed value to perform operations. So you know that a bitwise operator only applicable for integer numbers. Okay, for example, I'm going to give 5 and 6. I'm going to enter like this. So I'm going to work on this. So if 5 is an integer and 6 also will be treated as an integer. So that integer will be represented in 16-bit. So that the equivalent value of 5 is 101. Equivalent binary value for 5. So the binary value for 5 is 5, but actually we need to represent in 16-bit. So in that 16-bit you are representing int, so it is a binary representation. So 5 is a positive number, it is a first one bit is 0. So the remaining 15 bits are represented by that means that a value represented as a value. So there is a 3 bits are there. So that we need to convert this 3 bits into 15 bits, so that we need to append zeros on the front because it's a whole number. So we need to append 12 zeros because in order to make a 3 bit into 15 bits, 15 digits are appended. Same way, we must know what is the binary value for 6. So 6, sorry, sign of your number is 0 because it is a positive number. Again, we need to append, convert into the 16 digits. So now we are in 15 bits. So it will be represented. So I'm going to apply for AND operator. I'm going to apply 5 and 6. So for this category, so I need to perform AND operator. So 0. For including sign also will be performed. So now you know the true table. So here you need to apply the AND operator for true table. Means for every digit, rather than for common. So you can apply. So in the column 0, 0 is that. So that the value is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. For this case, 1, 1 is 1 and 0, 1 is 0 and 1, 0 is 0. So the answer is, so now you have to convert into decimal, because for us it always display in a decimal format. So that the equivalent value for here it is a sign of the number is here it is a 0. It means that the value only in a positive number. So that we need to find the by decimal value for this 15 bits. So that the decimal value is a 4. 4 base 10. So this is a decimal value. So now I'm going to check. I'm going to finish it. Now I'm going to test it now. Now I'm going to run. It is a 4. In case, if I'm going to apply the concept of OR operator, the same representation, just a minute, there is no issue, I think so. Okay, so here, instead of this, we need to apply for OR operator. We're applying OR operator, only the 0 or 0 as 1, but only the changes on the last value and 1, 1. So that it is 7. Now compile. I'm going to run this. Sorry, I didn't change the operator here. So I'm going to change it now and I'm going to run this program. It is so 7. So now this is for OR operator. And we know what is the XOR operator. I'm going to apply for XOR operator. So we know that the true table for XOR operator is, so we must to know what is the true table for XOR operator. If both the inputs are same, just a minute, 1, 0, 1, 1. So both the inputs are same, the output is 0. The inputs are different, the output is 1. So for this case, the outputs are different, so that it is a 1. But the last one is both the inputs are 0, so that both the inputs are 1, so that the output is 0. So that here 0, the both the inputs are same for this, correct? 0, so it is 0, everything is 0. Here 1, 1, it is a 0. And here for this case, it is a 1, 0. So inputs are different, so the output is 1. And also for 1, 0, the outputs are different, so answer is so 1, 1. So that for 1, 1, the answer is 3. Now, in some cases, we are saying that is cap operator is a power operator in calculator, but in a programming language, it is not a power operator. It is called XOR operator. So we need to perform XOR operations. So I'm going to run this program. So it is a 3. So see that this is the answer we found. So this is the logic for XOR operators. Okay. In same way, there is an issue we have. I mean, sorry, there are 3 operators we will discuss. And the next is very, very important. We must to understand. So that is for and another very, very important. If you are representing a variable here, for example, a comma b. So in A, I'm going to represent a 5, and in B, I'm going to represent 6. If I'm going to represent directly, instead of this expression, if you are going to represent directly if A like B, so you must to represent within a parenthesis. There is a computer makes a confusion, so that we need to define only within a parenthesis. Clear? Okay. So I'm going to apply for shifting operator. For example, I'm going to apply for A less than 2. That is a shifting. If it is a left shift and right shift possible, if you are doing it like this, always it will be adding 2 zeros at the left side and removing 2 bits from the right side. Okay, for example, here I'm going to apply for A is 5. I'm going to apply for a variable A. So we know that normally in a means a calculation of a multiplication and the division based on the shifting operators. I'm going to here I'm going to apply for 5 shifting operators for 5. So if I'm applying shifting operators for 5, so the value of 5 is, we know that the value of 5 is already found. So this is the binary value for 5. So we know that we need to add it to. So here the shifting operator value is 0. That means that here I need to shift with the 2 values, 2 bits. Shifting with the 2 bits. It means that you need to add 2 zeros at the end. Need to add 2 zeros at the end and removing 2 zeros from the front, including sign bits. Clear? Okay. So now this is the value. Now you need to find the equivalent binary value for this. So 1 0 1 0 0. So 2 power 0 not exists. 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 4. So answer is 20. So 20 base 10. So base 10 means it is a decimal representation. It's understood by the human being. So now I'm going to check it. So the value of C is 20. So I think it's visible to you. No problem. Just I can show it once again. It is a 20. So same way, I'm going to apply for B. I'm going to apply for B, so that we must know what is the binary value for 6. So now we need to convert into, we need to append to, means 2 zeros here. We need to add 2 zeros at the right end and removing 2 zeros from the left end. So now you have to find the value for a binary decimal. So this is the this is the value of your binary value after doing a left shifting operation. Now we need to find the equivalent decimal value. So the answer is 24. Base 10. So now you have to check it. It is a 24. This is for left shift. Shifting operators for left shift. Yeah, in case if it is a negative value, for example, I'm going to apply for -6. We know that the negative value is not represented in exact way. Negative values are represented in 2's complement format. So negative, I'm going to apply it for a negative value so that it will be represented in negative value. So this is a value for 6, but we know that we need to find a 1's complement for a input for representation of into 2's complement. I need to represent in 1's complement format. So we know that for a 1's complement, so the sign of the number we put only for 15 bits, so we need to take a 1's complement. So then for 0 will be converted as 1 is will be converted as 0 and like this. And we need to add 1. So we need to add it. If you are adding like this, so 1 1 is, means adding addition, it is a 0, the carry will be forwarded here. So that here the carry will be exist here. So 1. So that answer is 1. And the carry will be forwarded as a 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. For remaining cases, the carry will be 0. So that the remaining answer is so this is the results. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the results of your ones complement. Please do, if you want, you can do it manual also in your notebook. So now the 6 will be stored like this. So if I'm saying that minus 6 less than 2, that is a shifting is to shifting left shift to 2. I need to add 2 zeros at the end. So this is my value. So this is my value. So that I need to add 2 zeros at the left end. I need to remove the 2 bits in the right left end. So I'm going to remove this. So now the value is negative number. So that means if I'm going to find the decimal value, so here the sign indicates that it is a negative number. So that we need to find the 2's complement. So that first we need to find the 1's complement. I need to find the 1's complement for this value. So I'll check it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so here 1 digit is missing. Okay, so now it's okay. So this is the 1's complement. Then I need to add 1. Add 1. So I'm going to add it here 1. So that if you are adding a 1, 0, the carry will be forwarded again 0, the carry will be forwarded again 0, again 1, sorry, 1 plus 0, 1, and again it is 1. So the remainings are 0. So 5 digits. So this is the value. So then again you have to convert it into equivalent decimal number representation. So that the result is so there is a 1100, so that it is 20. Now you can apply, you can check it for it. So that is a minus 20. Just a minute, I think I did a mistake here. Sorry, it is a 24. Sorry, 20 plus 4, sorry, 16 plus 8. It is a 24. So that it is a sign of the number is minus. So minus 24 base 10. So like that it will work. So this is for left shift operator. And for right shift operator, it is a similar thing, but you need to add a zeros only in a frame, but without affecting sign operator. I will repeat once again. We need to append the 0 so that if it is based on the sign only, it will be insert. If it is a negative number, it will insert only minus symbol. Clear? For example, I'm going to represent same thing for a right shift operator. So for a right shift, here the value of minus 6 is this is the value for minus 6. So that this is a negative number. So if I'm putting like this 2, so it is a negative number, so that it will insert only 2 ones at the front and removing 2 bits at the end. So we need to convert the remaining things. Convert into the negative 2 bits, so that it is a negative number, so that 0, 1, 2. And the last one is 1, and if I adding a 1, I'm getting 2. So 1, 2. I'm getting as a final answer. So that if I am giving it's a right shifting 2, then it will show that it is a -2. -2. So always try to understand if you are doing a right shift operator, always the inserting a value, that means pushing a value at the right end means based on the sign. If it is a negative number, it will insert negative -2. But in case if it is a positive number, it will insert 0. So this is the way the bitwise operators will work. Thank you.